Hello, hello, everybody out there in Facebook world. This is Kathleen Joseph, and we are live here in Wesley Chapel with her on her property, and she's going to give us some information about her pool, and we're going to show you here. So I'm going to actually pass the mic to her and flip the camera around so you guys can see this mess that they have put her in. Okay, so yeah. Kathleen, let me flip this camera so that we can see you. All right, Miss Kathleen.
Yeah.
So when did you enter into contract with Olympus?
I entered contract on July 23rd of 2020.
Of 2020?
Yep.
And when did Olympus start work?
Actually this year. This year, January 29th, if I'm not mistaken, is when they came and did the digging and the rebars, and I've never seen them since.
Wow. Okay. So they've only been on site one time?
They came on site let me say this. They came when I actually called several times to ask the status of my pool, and being with different PM project managers, they came out and they cleaned the pool and said, okay, next week we'll have gun night ready for you, and nothing happened. So it's been like this for some time now.
Okay. And how much have you already paid Olympus?
I actually paid Olympus in full. When I signed my contract, they highly suggested that if you want a 5% discount to pay in full, and you'll get your discount. So I actually paid over $40,000 in full, and that was my family savings. Me and my husband are completely devastated because we have nothing. If we could afford to go elsewhere, we definitely would, but Olympus have all our funds.
Right. And how many times have you tried to contact Olympus about your pool situation with no response back?
I don't even have an accurate number in mind. I would say more than 100 times. I have called, I have emailed James. I actually talked to Jordan on June 23rd, and he said, next week we'll get you out for gun night, and nothing has happened. I spoke with all the receptionists that was there, very kind people, but at the same time, I think that they cover up being nice so you won't get so angry with them. I spoke with almost everyone at Olympus, and nothing has happened several times.
Has happened since January.
Since January, absolutely.
So I'm going to actually turn around here, and we're going to show you some of the things in her pool. All right, so we see that she has been dug. She has rebar. She has plumbing pipes and all of her equipment. Now, remember that some people are saying that they're telling some people that they cannot get equipment because it's all on back order. But we see one customer, Miss Kathleen here, has her equipment, but we have nothing else, and she's paid in full. So what we can speculate is happening is that they have her money, so they're no longer worried about her pool and her property. So I want to just show you a few things here. So I'm going to face the camera here so you can see. So there's erosion, about 5 feet of erosion here. As you can see, the ground all around, because of the waters or the rains, is falling in. So they can't even use their backyard at all because it is a safety hazard. You know, the ground can just collapse at any moment. And it's also so close to her home here. So you can see how that is also a problem. Then over here, we see that the access to build on her property is through the side. So they've taken off a couple panels and they've put a safety fence. However, notice that this safety fence is down. So anybody from the neighborhood, like a child, can just wander in here, think this might be a cool place to play, and then the ground collapse on them, and just a total dangerous situation, not only for neighborhood people, but also for Kathleen's family. They have not provided her with gunite. they haven't done anything, and they really could. They could come in and finish her pool because she's got all of her equipment and materials here, but they're just abandoning her. So I'm actually going to pass this back off to Kathleen and let her tell you guys how this has affected her life and her family.
It has affected my life and my family. Disagreements between me and my husband because of we was debating on who we should use. My husband wanted to use Olympus. I actually wanted to use another pool company. So that being that we use Olympus, me and my husband are going through disagreement. My kids are devastated because they wanted a pool. I promise, my daughter's birthday is actually on July 18th. So last year, July 18th, we promised her that we was going to get a pool. We signed our contract July 23rd. And now this year we have nothing. My kids is extremely devastated. We have no extra money to do anything that we wanted to do. Our foundation is in, it's a mess, you know. So it's heartbreaking, and I don't understand how anyone, you know, James could actually do this to people, to take their funds and don't supply them what they paid for. I mean, we're not thieves. We work hard for our money, especially me and my husband. We are working middle class people, and it's frustrating, and James should be held responsible for this, because if anything happens to my home foundation, James will still have his $2 million home, and I will be out of a home, and plus my kids will be out of a home as well. So James really need to get a step on this.
Yes, agreed.
Yep.
And is there anything else that you want to say about this experience, or maybe even say directly to James if he sees these videos, if he cares enough to even watch them?
If he cares enough to see these videos, just be kind to people. Just do what's right. You know, it doesn't hurt to be kind. We paid you. We did everything that you asked of us. You asked us to make sure that everything was prepped and ready for you. We done that. You encouraged your salesperson to take full payment. We did that. We did everything that you asked of us. All we ask is for our pool. We don't want anything else. We don't want nothing else, just our pool. If you could just give us our pool, I would be very appreciative, James.
We did do, yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And then talk about how on the meeting they focused on shooting pools only, and tell Jordan and James come do their pool.
All right. So one of the other things I want to point out is in all of the media interviews and all of the meetings that we've had personally with them, or phone calls, text messages, they claim that they are actively working on pools. And I want you to see how grown over her property is, and I want you to determine for yourself, does it look like this property has been worked on in the last 90 days? I think that we could all agree that nothing has been done on this property in over 90 days. Another thing to mention is that when we speak to Olympus Pools, whether it be James, Jordan, or another employee, so many project managers that they go through and that they pass this off to, they say that they're focusing on shooting. Well, I can't even say gunite, because let's be honest, they're not shooting gunite. They're going with cheaper materials because they're in over their heads. So they're giving us shotcrete and not the gunite, but they're focusing on shooting pools. Here's Kathleen Joseph. Her family's pool is not shot yet. So our call to action, Olympus or James or Jordan, whoever's listening, is that you get out here and you shoot this family's pool as soon as possible. We want you to do the right thing. We want our pools finished. Her sentiment is like many others, that we have paid our money and we deserve what we have paid for. We deserve it to be done right, and we deserve it now. So I'm not sure what you have to do. I'm talking directly to James now. I don't know what you have to do, whether it is dissolve your personal assets, but you need to do the right thing. You need to start creating some good karma for yourself, because in my 38 years, I know that when you do bad, bad comes around. And when you do good, good comes from that as well. So guys, thank you so much for being on. Thank you for watching. Now remember that anytime you like, comment, or share this video, it gets in front of more eyes and more ears. So please, if you feel comfortable doing that, I know that I would greatly appreciate it. Miss Kathleen would greatly appreciate it. So please like, comment, and share. We also just set up a YouTube channel, Olympus Pool Victims Speak Out. I will drop that link below to find all the replays of these videos, and we're storing those in one place so that hopefully, again, every platform helps us to reach more people. So if you also feel comfortable, you can leave a Google review, a very bad Google review, and state that you don't have to be building a pool to leave a Google review. It would not be false information to say that you are a friend or a family member of either any victim, but also please mention James Stanton's name. James, S-T-A-T-E-N, James Stanton. As long as his name is associated with these bad reviews, they'll stick with him. He can't just close these doors and then go open up another company somewhere else and leave all of us to suffer. We want these reviews and the severity of what he's done to follow him for a long time until he corrects every single project. So thanks again for watching. Thank you, Kathleen. And we're going to be praying and hoping that this gets resolved. So
All right, great.
thanks again.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, thanks, guys.